All right, welcome to Friends No Benefits, episode 6. Before we get into anything, please like and subscribe. 80% of you guys watching these videos are not subscribed. Please just hit the subscribe button, drop a like, well, drop a comment, leave a like. I don't know, just like, subscribe, comment. It really helps the channel a lot. Miss Christie, is there anything you'd like to get into today?
Not really. How was your weekend? What's been going on? We haven't really caught up.
Yeah, so my weekend was life-changing.
Okay, I know you went to church.
I did go to church.
Talk about that.
I did go to church with Big T on Sunday, but when I did 75 hard, I made it 60 days. I wasn't drinking, but it was more so I was doing a challenge. This weekend, I simply said, I'm not going out. I don't want to go out. I just want to stay inside, play video games, watch ball, and that's all I did Friday and Saturday. And I realized that I didn't miss anything.
Okay, well, doing 60 days sober is a lot different than doing a weekend sober.
Correct. No, but I'm saying those 60 days, the reason why I didn't want to go out is because I was doing a challenge. This was more so this was just me saying, I don't want to go out because I don't think I'm missing anything. And I kind of just want to be by myself and enjoy the night in. Mm-hmm. And it was unbelievable. And it was that next morning when I woke up, I was like, I need to be doing this more. Like, I'm not saying I'm never going to go out anymore because that's just not true. But I want it to be for like a special occasion or a purpose. I realize I don't have to go out every Friday and Saturday because my biggest thing was I hate being alone. I get terrible FOMO, and I had none of that this weekend.
Yeah.
And it was just so eye-opening and refreshing that if I wanted to, I could just stay home, chill, and I'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah. I mean, when I did, what was it, like 100 days sober in college at U of A, wildly impressive of me, for the record.
Facts.
I always told other people if they wanted to like go sober or stop drinking or anything like that, you can't set a timeline on it. You have to just tell yourself, I'm drinking because I don't want to, and go as long as you can. Because if you set a deadline for yourself, then you feel like you're forced to not drink versus psychologically feeling like it's an option.
Absolutely. How was your weekend, though? Because I saw I get updates about you through your TikTok now.
Mm-hmm. What'd you see?
I saw you went out Friday, and then I believe the next day you were like, oh, it's just not worth it. You care to elaborate on that?
Yeah, so Friday night, Sam was taking us to a DJ concert, shindig. I don't even know what it was. We showed up and we were like, this is not our scene. They're dressed in like rave attire, whole shebang at a bar. And me and Hannah were sitting there like, yeah, this is not for us. So then we walked to another bar across the street, probably averaging 45 years old. Also not our scene. So Hannah was like, why don't we go to Texan, trusty Texan? I'm like, absolutely. So it's me, Hannah, Sante at this point.
Shout out Sante.
Yeah, we go to we're in the Uber on the way to Texan. I look at Hannah. I go, how awful is it if I just go home? She goes, go home if you want to go home. I was like, yep, I'm out of here. And I left.
Anytime your best option is Texan taco, you are having a bad night.
Well, my stomach was just hurting. It was midnight already, and I was hoping to at least be drunk. I wasn't drunk, so I'm like, I'm not showing up to Texan damn near sober at midnight right now. That is not.
I'm surprised you didn't like the 45-year-old bar, considering, you don't want to have sex. You want someone with a big boy job. All that. Like, maybe you should go hang out in like the Viagra Triangle.
Like the geriatric community?
Yeah, whatever that means. I have no idea what that means.
Before I forget, we got a lot of questions about how we both got started at Barstool. I think probably more people know your story than mine.
Yeah.
But do you want to go yours first?
Yeah. So I started making content I wanted to make my own brand. And my idea was, I was 18 at the time, if I make enough videos and I grow this brand, that Dave will call me and buy me out, and then I could just work at Barstool. That's what my 18-year-old mindset was. So I made videos for 5 years, didn't make a single dollar, really didn't hit my stride until I started covering the Miami Dolphins on Twitter. I found my niche, and then the Miami Dolphins beat the Buffalo Bills. And on the way out, I was very hammered. The Dolphins had just won. We finally beat the Bills. And I was just like, enjoy that flight home. Enjoy that flight home. And I accidentally bumped into this Bills fan who turned out to be one of their most famous fans. Shout out to Chef. Very, very scumbag, douchebag video of me.
I don't mean this in an offensive way. It's going to sound offensive. You used to be such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But like in a shit stir way, not like genuinely horrible human being. Just you're a pot stirrer.
No,
you're
absolutely.
A shit starter.
Absolutely. And at that time, you know, I didn't really have many eyeballs on me. So all I cared about was the Dolphins. And I was just like, fuck the Bills. And I got to my car and I had 500 likes on that video in 2 minutes. I was like, oh, this thing's going crazy. So Dave quote tweets it. He says, this guy sucks. And now I'm like, now I'm never getting hired at Barstool. Couple hours later, I'm at the bar celebrating the win. And Dave quotes it again. He goes, this guy doesn't suck, but he quote tweets it. He goes, turns out this is the kid who brought me my Kobe Bryant jersey for the pizza review in Miami. So he doesn't suck, but he should have got beat up. So he says that.
You should have got your sorry fucking ass beat.
Yeah, I should have got lit up for that. But you live and you learn. And yeah, so anyway, fast forward, the Dolphins play the Bills again in December. I fly out to Buffalo. I meet up with the chef that I bumped into. Me and him squashed it. We had a great time together. We took a picture together, and I posted it, and Dave quoted it, and he said, this kid's on one hell of a redemption tour, and he follows me that day. So now I'm thinking to myself, where's my job offer? You know, like, I'm finally on his radar. I'm thinking I'm going to get a DM like, hey, we really want you. Not a word. So now every time I'm tweeting and posting, I'm thinking Dave Portnoy's watching my shit. So now I'm in my head 24/7. I don't hear from him. Fast forward a couple months. This is March. No, this is like May. So it's been like 4 or 5 months. I haven't heard anything, but he's following me. Heater playing the Celtics, Eastern Conference Finals. He starts tweeting at me in the middle of games, talking shit. So I start clapping back at him, and then we're going back and forth. The Heat go up 3-0. The Celtics come back, tie it 3-3. I wake up to a DM, Dave Portnoy DM me. He said, do you want to bet Game 7? I said, absolutely. He goes, I know what I could offer you. What could you possibly offer me? I said, if I win, I get a job. If I lose, I'll get a tattoo that said Dave was right. He said, you're on. I flew to Boston the next day with my brother, went to the game. We won by 20.
Out of pure curiosity, did Barstool pay for that trip?
No.
Of yours? Oh.
Nope. And funny you brought that up. So I get to Boston, and the tickets are expensive. They're like $1,500 a pop. So I DM Dave, like, yo, you got a ticket guy for me? Never answered. Never answered. But yeah, I showed up to Boston, went to the game. We won by 20, and my life changed forever.
Yeah.
What was your story?
Mine, I used to call it luck, and then I realized I wasn't putting enough trust into myself that I actually do deserve to be here. I started posting on TikTok, kind of just the run-of-the-mill shit that you would post in college if you were a 21-year-old girl.
Right.
Then I was on a walk one day, posted a video being like, I feel fat as fuck and I need to call myself a whale in order to get out and like move. I literally have to tell myself that. People thought it was hysterical. I was like, I could keep up with these walking TikToks, kept posting them, kept making them, got a DM from Barstool. I planned on going into commercial real estate. I bought the classes for my real estate license because I was 3 months away from graduating college. And then, yeah, got the DM from Barstool. Hey, want to hop on a call? I hopped on a call with Gaz. Gaz was like, oh, the internship, yada, yada. And I didn't really realize it was an interview. I thought it was more so like, we want to use a few of your videos, or we want you to stop by the office and make a few videos here. I didn't know. I didn't think it was a job. And then he emailed me 20 minutes after the call and was like, actually, instead of the internship, do you want to just work full time? I was like, yes, I do.
Sold.
Yes, I do. And I had about 90,000 followers on TikTok at the time. I had to call my mom. I was like, by the way, I'm on TikTok. She had no idea I had a TikTok account because my mom is very anti-cussing. She's very big on the digital footprint. My digital footprint was literal dog shit. I said, I'm moving to Chicago. Sorry, I'm not coming home in 3 months. And I will be doing content full-time. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And she was like, okay. And the rest is history.
How was that in terms of you got hired? You were still in school, right? Mm-hmm. And then going to Chicago. Uh-huh. How did that feel? Not really ever going back to your home base?
It sucks. I hate not being in California, but this job is I'll scream it from the rooftops. It makes it worth it to be away from my friends and family while I have the job of my dreams. And if I were to get fired from Barstool or we part ways for any other reason, I'm going right back to Southern California. I love it. I love Chicago. I just am a Southern California girl. That's where my people are. But if I had a choice of staying in Chicago, for the record, Dave, if you happen to see this one too, I would stay in Chicago the rest of my life if I kept this job the rest of my life.
I agree, and that was going to be my next question to you, because every time I go home, I'm like, damn, I miss the palm trees. I miss the sun. But this job makes the seasonal depression so worth it. Like, even when the sun goes down at 4 o'clock and it's pitch black and it's 12 degrees outside, we still have this job, which makes it all worth it. However, to your point, God forbid, I hope I'm here for the rest of my life. If things ever did not work out, I'd be on the first flight back to Fort Lauderdale in my backyard, tanning my ass off like 100,000%. Yeah. Like, it would suck, but you know what? I'd find some beauty in being back in Florida. But sure, again, I want to be here for as long as possible.
Wait, could I ask you about the mustache?
Yeah, what's wrong with it?
I just...
you like it?
Where did it come from and why? Respectfully.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
Thank you. So yesterday, I was just in my apartment, and I was like, you know what? Let me see if I could just pull off this mustache look. That's really all it was. My beard looked fine. Usually, I'll, like, shave my face if I haven't seen my barber in 3 weeks, and I don't know when he's coming back. So I think I could kind of pull this off. So I let it rip, and I think I'm rocking it. It needs to get a little darker, though. It needs to get a little bit darker, a little longer, because also part of it...
It does not need to get longer. One thing about you, you always have food everywhere on your face and your beard.
Thanks.
Do you not?
I do.
Okay.
But...
So we don't need longer
It'll be good
hair.
storage for later.
We don't... That is so disgusting.
I will say, I don't like when my mustache gets too long, because then when I drink waters, I have to, like, go like this, like I'm a cat, to get the water off my stash.
Yeah.
But I kind of like Big Cat's look, where the mustache is darker than the beard, longer, and I that's really what I want to pull off. So I was like, all right, leave this, grow this out, kind of see how that looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to try it out. I like it a lot.
So is your final goal is a little bit of stubble here, or no? Big Cat look.
Yeah, like my normal beard length, but with darker mustache.
Okay.
Yeah. How you feeling?
Good.
By the way.
What? Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just checking, because I know on Friday or Thursday you were having a bad day.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey.
If you read through our sheet, you'd know we actually get into that.
That's why I brought it up. I was trying to do it without. I was trying to be smooth about it.
Oh no, it's on.
No, I was talking about the puppies.
Oh. Nick suggested to me, it is one of my things. Everybody in my life knows that dogs make me cry. Foster dogs in all those facilities, they make me sob. It makes me so incredibly sad. Like, truly, that's one of my not few soft spots, but that is a massive It's okay. It is a massive soft spot of mine. I had a really rough day. I was crying hysterically, and Nick texts me, let's go look at some puppies. I said, where? He said, the shelter. I said, I can't go look at puppies at the shelter. This is exactly why. We've had conversations in the office about how I can't go physically to the shelter locations and do charity work there, because I would sit there crying the entire time. That's how bad it is. So for him to suggest going to see dogs in the shelter when I was sad was just a really funny coinky dink.
I meant it in the best way possible.
I know you did.
I knew you were very upset. And
no, I appreciated it. It was just funny. Do you see why it's funny in hindsight?
Yeah, I was thinking, because when we were together, if you were having a bad day, I would go, like, buy you flowers or something like that. But now, as, like, a nice friend, I'm like, yeah, let's just go look at puppies. Like, maybe that'll cheer you up. Because one of the crazy things about you is some shit will happen that actually makes sense for why you're upset and why you're mad, but you wait to unleash your anger over something that has nothing to do with the event that actually pissed you off. Like, you would flip out if they forgot to take the pickles off your Chick-fil-A sandwich, and you'll throw a whole fit about that, but your fit's not really about the Chick-fil-A sandwich. That's just kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for you.
Yeah, but I will say I think I'm a little bit different, because whereas I think most girls wait for a very small thing to send them over the edge, I just instead get sent over the edge 5 times in a day.
Yeah, you do.
I don't wait for that moment.
No.
As soon as something pisses me off, you're going to hear about it.
Right, but that pissed offness trickles down into every other hiccup throughout the day, I'd say.
And that's why I'm going to therapy.
Oh, you're back.
Well, no, not really.
Oh.
It's like, I mean, it's more serious than that, so I'm going to call it therapy, and we're going to leave it at that.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Yep. Deal breakers?
Deal breakers.
Let's do it.
Is it a deal breaker if you've been texting for a few weeks, but she won't commit to plans?
Yeah, absolutely. I just believe that, one, you're wasting my time if we're sitting here texting for weeks, but we're not hanging out. Like what is this, 7th, 8th grade?
What if she has serious excuses? Let's say you've been texting for a few weeks and you say, hey, want to do something tonight? She's really hot too. Let's add that on. Really hot. Kendall Jenner. Me. Same thing. Whatever. Would you let it slide if she had a valid excuse? Let's say 2 times in a row she has a valid excuse. Are you
I can't believe you said 2, because that's where I draw my line. I feel like anything else after that is definitely a no-go. And to be real, if she, the first time, whatever, second time, that's where I dead it. Simply because even if things do come up, I believe if you care about someone and you want to pursue them and you want to be with them, you'll make time, even if it's 5 to 10 minutes out of the day. I don't think anyone in this world is too busy to make 5 to 10 minutes for someone that they care about. So there's really no excuse, in my opinion.
Right, but you can't expect them to care about you if you haven't been on a date yet.
Well, I can expect them to respect me.
For sure.
And if I respect you and I've canceled twice, I would go out of my way to make 5 to 10 minutes.
No, I'm not saying canceled, though. My question is not if they canceled. It's if they
look, like if one week
don't allow you to make plans in the first place. If you say, how does Wednesday night at 6 sound? And they say, I can't do Wednesday night at 6. But they don't offer any type of rebuttal.
Yeah, that'd be an issue.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Is it a deal breaker if he talks poorly about his past partners?
Yeah.
Explain.
I just think I've definitely been batshit crazy in relationships before, and when I was younger I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking crazy, whatever, and just kind of forgot about it. Every single one of those boys made me fucking crazy. I was not crazy for no reason. I was crazy because they were cheating on me, because they were treating me like shit. I had every reason in the fucking book to be crazy. So if you're talking shit on your exes about how they're crazy or anything along those lines. Also, the last guy that he might have been the last guy I went out with who was like, my ex is crazy. He was still fucking dating her when he went out with me. So I don't take a man's word. I don't like being man-hater mode. I really actually hate being man-hater mode. I think it's really frustrating when girls are very anti-man. But right now I'm on a topic where it's a triggering topic for me.
You said they made you crazy. Do you feel like you've forgiven any of them, or do you think you've come to peace with any of them?
I was never mad at those motherfuckers in the first place, and that was my problem. Okay. I was like, you cheated on me, poor me. Do you still love me? It's like, fuck you, loser. What the fuck your skinny ass doing cheating on me? Fuck you. Seriously.
I'm sorry. That made me laugh. I'm a little sick, by the way, if I sound congested. All right, I was just curious.
I should have given them more shit. I should have been more mad.
Every ex builds character.
There's some of them, and I'll say this, and you can put this on the record. Fucking Riley, I should have taken your ass to jail. Yes, sir. Are you glad you asked?
Yeah, I am, actually. I really am. No comment, though. I'm going to leave it at that before we get hit with the lawsuit. I'm just kidding. We're not going to get hit with the lawsuit. Hey, talk your shit,
I'll hit him right back.
Hey, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, motherfucker.
Amen. Amen. Next question's for you to ask.
Is it a deal breaker if they only talk about themselves on a first date?
Yes, absolutely. The last date I went on, this girl did not shut up. All she did was talk about herself. I might have said 4 words the entire time. I could not get out of there fast enough. Spent $200 on dinner, and I looked at it as I'm paying you to shut up and never see you again.
Wait, how long ago was this? I don't care.
No, I know you don't care. It's probably like a couple months ago.
Huh.
I think it was right before Beach House.
What if they're a little bit awkward? They only talk about themselves, but it's only because they're awkward, anxious, and that's the reason they're not asking questions. I feel like you can read that vibe on someone.
Yeah, that was not the case with this one.
But I'm saying if that was the case.
Yeah, that's where you kind of have to give them that a little bit of grace. Allow them to open up, because first dates sometimes are really weird, or sometimes they're natural connection. Like I've had first dates where we're riffing, and it feels like we've known each other forever. And I've also had first dates where it's a slow burn, and I'm like, after the first date, I don't really think we're meant to be together. But then for some reason I'll give them a second one and it's way better, and the third one's way better. So you kind of just feel that out.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from, though.
That's fair. I don't think if a guy talked about himself too much on a first date, the problem is I never notice it, because I think of first dates as being entertaining. So on a first date, when all they do is talk about themselves, I pay zero attention. I'm like, woo, that was fun. That was easy to talk, because I'm more worried about just keeping a natural flow of conversation. And if a guy just sits there and talks about himself, then there's nothing I have to say. So it makes me so much less anxious. But then on date 2 or 3, I always sit there and go, hold up. He hasn't asked me about myself once.
Correct. And I feel like, especially on first dates, it's very easy for people to talk about themselves, which is why when I go on first dates, I always ask questions about them so they can open up, talk about themselves. But if those questions aren't reciprocated and I'm not being asked anything, that's where that imbalance comes in. And you're kind of like, all right, this girl just might be full of herself and she doesn't really care about anyone but herself. But I feel like those first dates, it should be like that.
Yeah.
Like, you want them to talk about themselves, but you also want that reciprocated.
I preface first dates. Every single time I've been on a first date, I've said, in the past 8 months, I've told, not that I've been on a million first dates, but I've told every single one, I hate first dates. They make me so anxious. So just be prepared for me to be a shell of myself.
And sometimes it's good to address the elephant in the room. It's
worked out for me. I mean, none of them worked out, obviously, but it worked out for me in terms of
the date.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a deal breaker if he calls his mom mommy?
I mean, that's just stupid. Yeah. I don't. Nah. It depends. It depends on the context. Like, I answer the phone to my mom. I'm like, hi, mommy, but it's a joke.
And you're a girl?
Yeah. Like, if he calls his mom mommy as a joke, that's one thing. But if you're seriously calling your mom mommy, does this even happen? Is that actually a thing?
Yeah, I've heard it. I call my mom mama, but I don't call her mommy.
Yeah, I see. It's
like, let's say you're dating a guy for 2 weeks and he picks up the phone in front of you and he goes, hey, mommy. What do you do?
I don't think I'd bat an eye, because that's what I do.
Okay.
I literally
so it's not
answer
a deal
the
breaker
phone,
for
hi,
you.
mommy.
So it's not a deal breaker for you.
But if I notice that this is a continuous thing and it's not just a bit, then yes, that is a deal breaker.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Is it a deal breaker if she has overbearing brothers?
I always say you can't pick your family. So no, it's not a deal breaker, but it is a nuisance. I think that's a word.
What did you say?
A nuisance. I might have added an extra
Wait.
A nuisance.
As separate
I'm realizing
nuisance,
now
right?
that it's two different words. Yeah, it's a nuisance, not one. I just picked up on that live in real time.
We're learning.
Yes. It's very annoying, but like I said, you can't pick your family. So you kind of just have to live with it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You don't have any siblings, right? Have you
You
ever?
Nick.
I know. Sometimes I ask questions that I know the answer to. I don't know why I do that. What I meant to say is, have you dated anyone where, let's say, they had a sister that was kind of an asshole?
Mm-mm. All of my exes have had great families.
Good.
All the sisters have liked me. Brothers haven't liked me.
No.
Mm-mm. Which, shocking, but yeah.
Why?
Well, I can't. One of them, it requires me to air out their laundry.
Yeah, you don't have
and
to
then
do
I
that.
just can't. Yeah,
No,
brother. One brother definitely hated me because I went batshit crazy. Another one was just a piece of shit.
Okay. Fair
Separate of each other.
Okay, gotcha. Is it a deal breaker if he eats finger food with a fork and knife? Think pizza and wings.
No, not a deal breaker at all.
Wow. See, I would freak out.
Here's the thing with you. You'd prefer to have it all over your entire fucking face than use a fork and a knife.
At least I'm real and I'm using my hands like a man. What
somewhat-
kind of message does that send if I'm on a date with a girl and I'm over here cutting my pizza with a fork and knife and my chicken wings with a fork and knife? I'd rather that sauce on my face because you know what they used to do back in the day? They kill the animal and put the blood on their face. But now instead of blood, it's buffalo sauce. And I stand by that.
A girl will really appreciate that about you.
Yes.
Yep. I'll leave it there.
You didn't appreciate
Although
it?
I know, I really, seriously, I love seeing sauce all over your fucking face. It really, like, turned me on. But I think there is maybe someone out there that might appreciate it a little bit more. Heavy emphasis on it is not a deal breaker if they use a fork and a knife with finger food.
I'm getting the vibe that you're being sarcastic.
I'm not.
Me having sauce on my face did not turn you on.
Okay, I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's okay. It's fine. I'm not going to get into the things that turned me off that you did, but it's...
My breath. You've said it a million fucking times online
There's some more things, but we'll leave it at
keep
that.
going.
No.
Go.
No.
Go.
I can't think of any right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Huh. Good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you. Am I being crazy? I feel like this segment's meant for you.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, first one for Am I Being Crazy? My best friend had a birthday dinner of 8 girls. I don't know the rest of the girls because they're her college friends, but I'm positive they were close in. Let me restart this.
It's okay.
My best friend had a birthday dinner of 8 girls. I don't want the rest of. Oh my God.
Run it back?
Can
No,
you read it?
third time's the charm. Okay. My best friend had a birthday dinner of 8 girls. I don't know the rest of the girls because they're her college friends, but I'm positive that we are close enough friends that I should have gotten an invite. Am I being crazy if I ask her about this in a respectful way?
I don't think that's crazy at all. I think that's proper communication skills with friends. Hey, I noticed I didn't get an invite to this. Why not? I mean, if you're kind of on the cusp of should I or shouldn't I have been invited, I wouldn't say anything. But if you are if you are 100% sure that this is something you should have been invited to, then yes, I would say something.
And that's why I reached out to you with that brunch, because I felt like I shouldn't have gotten that invite, and then I felt it, and then my intuition was right. Which is why it was not resyndicated, it was revoked. That's a good callback.
This is a very Grammarly episode.
I know, which is not good for me. Which is really not good for me.
Okay, I'll do the next one,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Give me one shot at it.
You got this.
My girlfriend posts everything on social media but refuses to post me because she says we haven't taken any photos that match her Instagram's aesthetic. Am I being crazy if I view this as a massive red flag?
Absolutely not. One of the biggest red flags I've ever heard. If she's an influencer and she's very famous and she doesn't want to post you because she wants to keep her dating life private, yes, I understand. But if she's not posting you simply because it doesn't match her aesthetic on Instagram, she's a clown. Run away.
I disagree with you on this.
Of course you do. Because all you care about is like, oh, look at my rack. Look how hot I look. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to lose followers. If people know I have a boyfriend and all I care about is my followers.
What the fuck are you actually on about right now?
What, I can't have some fun with you?
So my take is that I actually have friends who really care about the aesthetic of their Instagram. I wasn't going to hardcore disagree with you. I think it could be a red flag. Me personally, I don't give a fuck about the aesthetic of my Instagram, never have. But I do see there are some girls with very, very trendy Instagrams, and it's almost a passion project for them to develop their Instagram and make it look as pretty as it is. So I think from the guy's standpoint, it's like, if you really want to be on that Instagram, then make sure you take an aesthetic photo. If you don't take an aesthetic photo with her, then you're not making the Instagram. I think there's a case to be made for it. I'm not saying 100% of the time. I just think there are plenty of cases where the girl actually does really view her Instagram as her aesthetic.
You know what? Maybe there's room for compromise, like you said. take an aesthetic photo. However, though, if it's not your job to have an aesthetic Instagram, I feel like your relationship is far more important than keeping your aesthetic up to date.
But then you could argue the exact same thing from the guy. It's like, why are you so concerned about
That's
me
also a fair
posting
point.
you on
Fair
my
point.
aesthetic Instagram that is my Instagram that I have curated?
He could feel maybe a little insecurity, and that's not her fault. But if he's over here posting her all the time and she's not posting him, he could feel some type of way.
Yeah, but guess what? He could stop posting her if he wants.
Yeah.
Two can play that game. Like, I'm
very
not saying
true.
that's probably toxic, but
Yeah.
if he's concerned about that and that's how he feels, then stop posting her. I don't know.
Yeah,
You're a
good point.
grown man. Make decisions for yourself.
I think you made a very valid point.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My manager always texts me after work hours about work-related topics. I never reply until work hours because honestly, I'm not paid enough. My manager gave me a stern talking to and literally told me I'm crazy for having this mindset. What do you think? PSA, I know you both work at Barstool and things might be different over there.
What's your opinion first?
I don't think it's crazy. I feel if you are very passionate about your job and you love what you do, you'll answer those late texts anyway. However, if you're stuck at a job that you don't really like, but it's paying your bills and the work that's demanded of you doesn't meet the pay that you feel you deserve, I can understand why you wait until work hours to respond. I would have a conversation with your manager, with your boss, on getting fairly compensated for the work that you do, especially if that trickles into after hours. But again, if you truly love something and truly care about it, it doesn't matter what time of the day they hit you up. If Dave or Big Cat ever hit me up, it could be 2 a.m. and I get back to them in 30 seconds. So I think there's a little bit of both.
If Dave texts me at 2 a.m. to be on a flight at 2:05 a.m., guess what? I'm on a fucking flight at 2:05 a.m. I think it depends on your job and where you see yourself in the future. I was raised in a very corporate household, for lack of a better term, and if you are not willing to go the extra mile, if you are not willing to put in the extra work, someone else is. They'll get promoted before you. They're going to get looked at more than you, and that's the price you pay. If that's something you're okay with, then so be it. If not, then don't be surprised when someone outcompetes you.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. I met a new girl in New York. Oh, wait. I met new girls in New York. I just moved here, and they were great to hang out with for the first time, but they showed up 15 minutes late the second time we got drinks and bailed the third time we were supposed to do something together. Am I crazy if I don't reschedule with them because I feel like they don't respect my time? For reference, this was a girl sending this in, so it's friends, new friends she's making, essentially.
Okay. Absolutely not. There is no bigger sign of disrespect than someone not respecting your time. If I tell you 7 o'clock and you show up at 7:15, 7:30, I am irate. One of those is a real word. Nothing pisses me off more than tardiness, and nothing is more disrespectful. I'll let it slide the first time, but if it happens again, I'm done. To the point where I have a friend that is always late to everything. I either tell him an hour before the actual time we're supposed to meet up, or I just go to where I want to go, and then I'll tell him, just meet me there whenever you make it. Because I can't sit around and wait. It gives me anxiety, and I don't like being anxious when I'm drinking and going out. I want to have a good time. And just any aspect of life, be punctual, be on time, be early, never late.
Yeah. I mean, I straight up think it's rude. I think it's disrespectful of someone's time. I've had this conversation with my mom a million times because she's very punctual. I'm very punctual vast majority of the time. I'm sure I've had my one-offs. But I just think if you are that type of person, then you need to be friends with other people who are like that. If you are someone who is habitually late, fine. You guys can all go waste each other's time. Me personally, I prefer to be friends with people who are punctual.
Amen.
So, I mean, it's really two completely different mindsets to me. And if you're of that mindset that my time is not of value to you or you don't think of it that seriously, then you probably should be friends with other people. We probably don't click as friends. I view
100%.
making new friends in a new city the same way I view dating.
Damn, girl, that's deep. I like that. Good for you.
Was it?
Yeah, to make friends, viewing that as dating is, that's pretty...
But I mean, making new friends, you go out with them, You see if you click. That's same with dating.
I guess.
Except, I mean, you do have more friends. You can only have one boyfriend.
Correct. Yeah, that's fair.
So that's the difference.
That's fair.
But I view it the same as,
I never
do
thought
I
of
want
it like
you
that.
in my life or do I not want you in my life?
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Exchanging advice.
Woo-hoo.
This is my favorite segment.
I like this segment a lot.
Me too.
All right. What's a non-physical thing you find attractive on the opposite sex?
A woman's natural instinct to be nurturing. I feel like every woman is born with it, even if they're uptight and strong-fisted, kind of like you a little bit, but deep down they all have that natural instinct to be nurturers, and I find that very attractive and necessary.
That was very deep of you.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is someone who can make me laugh my fucking ass off. I love a funny motherfucker.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm funny as hell.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'm just stupid.
Yeah.
Which plays, though, because sometimes I'm intentionally funny and then I'm unintentionally funny.
I don't know how many people are watching right now. Nick, put both your legs down. If you are watching on the screen, you can see what we're wearing. He walked up to me today and goes, "Huh, we're twinning today." We both have.
Well, I got some blue. I got
shirts
some
on.
blue on my shorts, and I was gonna wear my black Adidas,
But you didn't.
but I didn't. So yeah.
What did you call them?
Adidas.
Okay.
I'm European now.
Okay.
You know.
Thought you were like Spanish.
Nah, I think the stash gives more European than Spanish. I'll take either. I get both all the time. I am European.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people think I'm Hispanic too.
Number 2, what's the best part about working with your ex?
Ooh, good question.
None. No, I'm kidding.
I know you're kidding. I think the best part about working with my ex is that in a typical breakup, once you end things with them, they're kind of just out of your life forever. And I think working with you, I've found a middle ground where I've kind of accepted where we're at, but I also view it as a blessing because I do think you're a great person and I like having you around and in my life. Although it's not in the way it used to be, it is nice to just know that you're okay, know that you're alive, and if, you're down or whatever, like you have someone to lean on. And there's definitely moments where it's uncomfortable, and I'm sure there will be moments where it is uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, I do enjoy having you in my life, even if it is just as my coworker.
Yeah, I think for me, agree with all of that. I think for me, moving to Chicago, I didn't really have anyone. I didn't have a single soul here in Chicago. You were one of the first people that I really talked to, and I think having you from the start of my time in Chicago all the way through up until now, it's been probably year and 4 months now, and you are the only person who has been consistently close to me, that knows everything about me and I mean, are we going to talk about relationships to each other? No, but I can talk all of my shit out with you. You know exactly how my brain operates, and that I think comes in handy for work and for personal.
Absolutely.
I think we're a good support system for each other.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that was very well said.
Best pickup lines to use while out in the wild, aka the bars.
All right, this is my favorite pickup line, and it's got a 90% hit rate, so if you fuck it up, it's your fault. Do not compliment her on her beauty. You go up and you compliment her handbag, you compliment her pants, her shoes, and this is the gold. You say, "Wow, I really love that purse. Where'd you get that? It's my sister's birthday coming up, and I'd love to get that for her." They're like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. I got it here. Blah, 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 blah." Buddy, you're in there now. You're talking. Now you're getting her name. Now you're getting her number. You just got to break the wall. Once you break the wall, you're in.
I don't hate that. At all.
That's game, girl.
Yeah, I will say, though, it would be pretty awkward if a guy asked me about my purse, because I do carry around my little Prada. I've had the same purse for 6 years. It's a nice purse, but it's 6 years.
But that's why it works, because no one is asking you about your tiny Prada bag. Everyone's like, "Damn, you're really beautiful. Like, I'm trying to take you out." Like, you hear that all the time.
Oh, you're so right. Every time I go out, I hear that all the time.
I know.
You're so beautiful.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone says
kidding.
the same lines. You go out there, you drop "Where'd you get that bag? Oh, dude, I really love your pants. Where'd you get those from?" because girls take pride in their accessories and their clothing and all that other shit. So compliment them on that. Now their walls down. They're like, oh, this guy isn't just trying to sleep with me. Even if you are, her wall's down. And now you work with that.
I'll tell you what, guys don't approach girls at the bars anymore.
I do.
I don't expect guys to come up to me, but I know the caliber of my friends, and I know what those bitches look like, and they are some stunning motherfuckers. If guys aren't going up to them, guys aren't going up to fucking anyone. So I think if you're going up to girls at the bar in the first place, whether you say hi, whether you say, can I buy you a drink, whether you use Nick's line, which is a great line, by the way.
Thank you.
I think you have a million times better of a shot.
Yeah, I mean,
you really don't have all that much competition because guys aren't going up to girls. It's not like 15 guys are going up to a girl in a night to tell her how pretty she is. She probably gets one a night.
If you're gonna be a dog, go hunt, son. That's what I say.
That's what I say too, son.
You know?
Yep.
It's just have balls, bro. Shoot. You're never gonna see her again. You don't get her. Who gives a fuck? Chalk it up.
Yep.
I got this one for you.
Why? Okay.
You want to just read them all?
Yeah, I'm already on 4.
All right. I didn't know if you wanted a break.
Do you think your 20s are meant to be the best years of your life?
No, I do not. I have older brothers. I have parents. I've had grandparents. I've had uncles. They all tell me the best time of your life is your early 30s. And also in your 20s, I'd say the first half of it, you're young, you're still in college, you're broke, you don't really know what's going on. And then you start to get to your late 20s and you're like kind of figuring it out, but you don't really have it figured out. You got a little more money, but you really don't have that much money. And life is just kind of, unstable a little bit. So I think when you're 30, you're wise, you got more money, life's better. You go out, you travel, you do your things, and, you just seen more. And you're not old yet where people look at you and like, what the hell are you doing out at the bar? But you're not young and people view you as a child. So I think early 30s. Again, I haven't been there yet, so I don't know. But life would suck if my best moments were me at a frat house drinking Skull vodka and doing terrible, shitty drugs. I feel like the best moments in my life will be the day where I have a beautiful family, kids, going to my kids' first football practice or basketball practice. I think things like that are a lot more enjoyable and more fulfilling than, I got drunk every night, I went out, I slept with all these bad girls and blah, 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 blah. Don't get me wrong, 20s rock, but I don't think that's the best time of your life.
I think 20s are the most formative years of your life. And I think for me, and I'm going to explain this one, I think my 20s are going to be the coolest years of my life, simply because in my 20s, I got a job at Barstool, which was such a long shot, something I thought could have never happened, in the doors that have opened up for me in terms of, we went backstage John Summit for free, like that. I will never get again. I will never get these types of opportunities that I have in media, which I love for me in my 20s. Coolest does not necessarily mean best, though. I agree with you. I think my best years are yet to come, and I'm sure I will continue hopefully going up and up. Now I'm speaking too personally, but I do hope I go up and up on the trajectory of social media. I just think I made such a massive jump going from graduating college to now being in the world. It still feels surreal, and I still get imposter syndrome. So I think it is the coolest.
I also believe your values change as you get older as well. In terms of the things that matter most to you. Because when I was from 20 to 23, when I would go home, visit Florida, I essentially my first year here, I was 23, and I would go back home. The only thing I wanted to do was call my boys, go out and get after it. Now I go home, the only person I want to see is mom, dad, sister. That's it. And I'm chilling. I'd love to go out, run into the boys, but it's not my number one priority. And I feel as you get older, you start appreciating more things that fulfill you more versus your 20s.
Yeah, I agree with that. Would we ever set each other up with someone else?
No. Absolutely not.
I don't even think we have to explain that.
No.
Nope.
I think there will be a day where we could be around, if Annika got a new boyfriend, where I could be around them and not be filled with rage. But I don't think I would ever be like, hey, Annika, what's up, girl? Tommy over here is trying to get at you. What's up? I would never do that.
For sure. That just feels awkward.
Yeah, it really weird, like swinger vibes.
Yeah.
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 Not,
Don't like that.
Definitely not.
How do we both handle the online hate mentally?
Oh, man, this is really tough. Sometimes it really does get to me. And I think the worst part is that it doesn't get to me in the moment. It builds up subconsciously where I could read the comments in real time. I'm like, oh, whatever, egghead 6667 has something to say. Cool. But then as you like continue to just briefly read over them, I think they subconsciously like live in the back of your head. And I believe there was a study that came out that our human instinct is to focus on the negative versus the positive. So even if I get 80 positive comments and 20 bad ones, those 20 will hold a prominent spot in my subconscious.
You know what I want to say that actually makes me so angry? And I know people don't come from a negative space, but when people say, well, maybe social media just isn't for you. Here's my reply to that. I spent years being like, oh, these bitches in social media are so fucking lucky. Anybody could do that in a heartbeat. The reality of it is, as much as I love my job, no one is meant to view thousands of comments of random people online saying how much they hate you. No one can put up with that. I think we are all very mentally tough to sit here and do that, despite, once again, so grateful for the job we have. Would not trade it for the world. Oh, it's a therapy place. But yeah, I mean, it sucks. Hate comments literally fucking suck. They eat away at you.
And I think what's worked for me lately is not putting my value in other people, not putting my worth in the hands of an algorithm and how people perceive me online who've never met me. Whereas, like, and this is why I came back to Jesus, because I just felt so empty and alone and like didn't feel any love. And then having that connection and like getting back with God and, you know, having my mother, someone who deeply cares about me, my sister, friends, family, you know, I put more value in what they have to say about me. And if those reviews are good and if my relationship with them is strong, I'll be all right.
But here's my rebuttal to that. I think that's fake. I think every single influencer who says they don't read comments is fake. I think every single influencer who says it doesn't affect them, fake, or they're just not getting bad enough comments.
I never said the words that it doesn't affect me.
No, I know, but I'm saying in
I'm
terms
saying
of like
the best way that I get over them, I'm saying, is through prayer, is through, okay, how like am I really going to let people that don't know me and their judgment on me affect how I'm feeling about myself? And in moments, yes, it 100% happens, but sometimes the only way I really get out of that is if I'm catching myself, and I catch myself and then I reach out to those people that like kind of give me the reassurance. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm seeing a doctor for my mental health now, so I'll get back to you on how to handle it.
Yeah. And I think you've done a really great job. And I think some comments are definitely unwarranted. And I almost came out and made a video after the Hank clip. I
don't want to like deep dive into it.
No, we don't have to do it.
Here's the thing. I don't even want to deep dive into it because I can predict the comments on this video. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Oh, look at them sitting there complaining about comments for 10 minutes. So I'd prefer to move on because I already see that coming.
Yeah. I could, yeah.
Right?
You know what?
Right? It's how it goes.
Sometimes it's good to talk it out, though. But you don't want to, so it's fine.
You keep talking.
No,
I'm just saying, I know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
And now I'm worked up thinking about how it's going to go.
Don't think. Just go.
Well, I have to think, Nick.
Sometimes.
Someone does.
Yeah. I know. I don't do too much thinking.
As a man, when do I need to move on from living with roommates?
Great question. I think it depends where you are in your life. If you have a serious relationship with someone and you want to take the next step, it's probably time to move out with the roommates. But I don't really think there's a rush. I think everything is very situational. If you're not making tons of money, it's a lot cheaper to live with someone. If you don't have a relationship that's very serious and you like being around people, stay with your roommates. Me personally, I just moved into my own apartment by myself and I absolutely love it. It was the best thing I ever did, but I'm also in a different position as other people. So it's all very situational. So I guess my answer to this question is you're in no rush. It all depends on what situation you're in.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're monetary,
I don't think you should be 35 with 3 roommates. I'll say that.
yeah.
I think by the time you're 30,
if your financial situation permits you to live on your own by 30, you should be living on your own by 30.
yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah. How do I stop being jealous of my friends every time I feel like they're ahead of me? I personally don't think you can stop that feeling. I think you can control how you react to it because it comes from a place of insecurity and you can't change that overnight. You're not all of a sudden going to become secure in yourself. I think you, 1, work on over time becoming secure in yourself, but 2, realizing and processing that emotion by yourself, saying, I'm just jealous right now. I need to outwardly be very supportive of my friend because she deserves this. And just because I don't have it doesn't mean that she shouldn't have it.
And even if they don't deserve it, everyone's on their own timing. And I believe the saying is comparison is a thief of joy. So the more you sit there and you compare yourself, the more you're not focusing on yourself and the further you fall back. So as tough as it is in certain situations, you kind of just have to let go, let God, and just timing. Just wait. Because as long as you're putting in work and you're doing the right things, those small wins add up, and eventually it'll be your time.
I have a question for you because you just said let go and let God. And I swear this is not a diss, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be like very centered around God now? Or is that going to be in a lot of the conversations?
Yeah, I think it's very important to me to be open about it and talk about it.
Yeah.
Because as I said to you, you were the person I sent that TikTok to the first time I came out talking about Jesus. And I thought it was very odd how I would openly talk about cocaine, drugs, one-night stands. You hear how my mouth is when I talk about sex, and I don't even think twice. But when it came to talking about God, I was hesitant to post about it. And I don't want to say it's going to be my entire personality. Like, I don't think I'm going to turn into a preacher. But if it is on my heart, I will be vocal about it. And I feel like more people should be open about it.
Yeah.
Because I think religion can divide people, but I think relationship with God can unite people. And I kind of just want people to, like not be afraid to voice their opinions.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
After college, how long is it socially acceptable for me to live at home with my parents? Dude, ride that fucking wave as long as you can.
I think about it all the time. If I had this job and I got to work remote in South Florida and live at my mom's house, I would have so much fucking money. I wouldn't even know what to do with my money. That's how much money I would have. I'd save on state income tax. I would be chilling at my mom's house. I'd be buying dinner for the whole family. I'd be stacking bread right now.
Yep.
But instead, boy, that paycheck comes, that first one, right out the door. Rent, utilities, you name it, bing, 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 gone.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man. But hey, I'm blessed. I got a roof over my head. Live at your parents' house as long as you can until you have to move out.
Yeah.
That's the advice. That's the advice. And move to
Now,
a state with no income tax.
The caveat to that, if I'm talking to a guy who's 35 and says he still lives with mama and papa,
Not a good look.
not a good look.
Not a good look. There's a time and a place. That time is not 35 though. Get out. Milk it as long as you can. Yeah, don't put a timeline on it. I mean, I don't know.
If it is 35, just don't tell me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, go rent a hotel or something.
Yeah, right?
Or like call one of your friends, be like, yeah, let me borrow the guest room or
Yeah,
something. Just
yeah.
make something up, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Have either of you ever ghosted someone, and if so, why?
Yeah, absolutely, because I was a piece of shit. I just wanted to have sex with her. I knew nothing else was going to come out of it. Yeah, look, I'm being very honest. There's going to be times where I sound nice, but yeah, look, everyone has their flaws. Everyone's fucked up in life, and straight up, yeah, I've ghosted girls after I've had sex with them because I knew I wasn't going to pursue it. And it's a shitty thing to do, but that's the honest answer to this question.
Yeah, I've ghosted one or two, and it was their own damn fault. They gave me enough time to think about it. You can't give me enough time to think about it. If you take me on a date, I'm in love with you for a good 3 days. You give it 4 to ask me on the next date. I've had too much time to think about it, and now I realize you're a piece of shit. I was supposed to go on a date with a guy who was like, so where do you want to go? I'm like, I don't care. He mentioned a spot. I'm like, it's not really a date spot. He goes, oh, this was a date? Oh, yeah, this is a date. I was like, I'm going to shoot myself. So then we did end up going out. And then I was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, that was pretty shitty for a second fucking date. He said to me, I didn't know this was a date. That's crazy. So then I ghosted him after that. Because how fucking dare you?
Grass isn't always greener on the other side.
How does that, like, relate?
No,
You mean instead of dating you?
Yeah, that was the joke. That was the joke.
I just didn't pick up on it.
I know. It went over
That's a
your
good
head.
one.
Thank you. Adulting-ish.
Yep.
All right. So my personal win of the week was I went back to church for the first time in 4 years. And I went with Big T, who everyone now knows is the guy who came out and said everything. Essentially used my contract as a benchmark for why he should get more money. We had a one-on-one talk, and he's like, look, I really, really did not mean it for it to come out like that. It's just you're the only salary I knew. We hashed that, and I could tell that his heart wasn't in it in terms of he didn't mean to be malicious, and B, he wanted this to be over. He didn't want it to be a beef, and I wasn't going to like sit here and fire it all off and basically fight with a wall.
And I think also his personality matters. He's 100% not a malicious person.
Correct.
When we found out who it was like, oh,
yes,
interesting.
Yes.
This is not a usual suspect of gossip or drama because he's not
right.
like that. That's not the type of person he is.
And instead of beefing, I said, let's go to church together.
Yeah.
And we did. And it was beautiful. And also, I guess my second one was realizing that I'm not missing much by not going out.
That's a really great realization.
Yeah.
My win of the week was I went to a doctor for my anxiety. And that's getting taken care of in the capacity
Hopefully.
that it needs to be taken care of.
Good. Proud of you.
Yep.
Very proud of you.
Thank you. My loses for the week.
Yeah. I don't know if I had that's not true. Everyone has a loss.
My loss for the week is I spent $300 on clothes because the girl said she knew me from TikTok, and I love the clothes. I just wasn't on the market for a jacket or jeans. But since she said she knew me from TikTok, I'm like, fuck, I guess I'm buying all this shit.
Yeah, they put the pressure on you.
Yep.
I think my loss of the week was I just cuss a lot, man. It's just like natural. And I want to work on it. I don't know how long. It's going to take a long time because this brain is wired a certain way, especially with my vocabulary.
Well, you've heard me. Sometimes I'm very good at not saying a single cuss word, especially if it's a business setting. I can easily refrain.
Correct.
If I get on a tangent about something that I'm passionate
You're
about.
mother effing.
You'll hear motherfucking bitch, fuck, loser, all in a strand. It'll go cuss word, cuss word, cuss word, cuss word, and end with dweeb or loser.
I love dweeb.
I think I started bringing it around this office. I'm seeing it in tweets now. I won't even have this conversation, to be honest. I'm really working on my mental health, so don't even point at yourself. No, you're going to piss me off.
Okay, dweeb.
We're done.
All right, that's episode 6 of Friends No Benefits. Thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.
Woo! Thanks, guys.